Hello Aries, welcome to your Lunar Eclipse Full Moon and Cancer reading. We're going to use the Oracle cards by Colette Barn Reed, the Enchanted Map Oracle deck. Hope you all are doing well. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So Aries, Sun, you'll be feeling this on a soul level. Aries, Rising, Ascendant, you'll be maybe experiencing this on in your physical world, and Aries Moon on an emotional level. Happy New Year to you all. I was definitely led to come on to do readings for the zodiac with this transit, the lunar eclipse being accompanied with the full moon will have longer term effects than other full moons. And clarifying with the tarot. I feel like that was meant to stay there. Okay. So, welcome back to subscribers. Welcome to anyone new to my channel. Please keep in mind these readings are general. We're looking at energy on a macro level that will hopefully translate on a micro level for you. Keep in mind as well, these messages are predictive. So timing is fluid with this, and of course, check your other signs. Something I'm doing different with this reading is I'm going to look and check at the card at the bottom of each deck after we get all the messages from here to kind of tie it together. And let's begin. So Aries, this is affecting your fourth house of home, your roots, family, self-care, foundations. It's a feminine house for mother, women. Okay, so we have in the recent past, follow the leader with the Queen of Cups. Some of you with this, I feel intuitively you were drawn to take charge of some aspect of your home. Some of you were influenced strongly by a feminine energy. Could be mother, could be partner. You could have let someone else take the lead in a situation, something where someone was a bit more emotionally capable of handling a home and family situation. Some of you as well, maybe with self-care, needing to take care of yourself, or needing to take care of a family member, possibly needing help, needing assistance. So I feel that some of you, there's this amount of feminine respect with where either you feel what's best, doing what's best for the family, or leaving that up to someone else to make some type of home family decision. I'm getting a supportive energy with this, so for some of you, you may have given support or received support in a matter that maybe you felt you couldn't do on your own, or needed a little bit of a guidance or assistance. Some of you as well could have consulted with someone who does readings or is psychic or very intuitive. You maybe needed some spiritual guidance and direction in something when it comes to perhaps a choice or where you should go. Someone you can trust has maybe assisted you in some area here with a new path, or the path that you should be continuing on. So where you are currently, we have Seven of Wands with details. So with this, I feel where you are is somewhat in a place of higher ground in a situation when it comes to your home and family. I'm really kind of maybe getting a sense more from this that some of you have taken some leadership role yourself, or it was passed on to you. Something here could have been passed down to you, and you're going over some contracts or details with the home. I feel for some of you, this is for some of you that you're in this place where you may be trying to find higher ground when it comes to your home, where you are maybe away from pestering neighbors or pestering family. Some of you may be trying to get away. For some of you, that's you're finding clarity or needing clarity, and even needing some space from some family members, or again space from a specific environment. And this maybe has you even looking for that higher ground, some type of elevation from where you have been or what you have called your home. I'm getting the need for peace for some of you, wanting peace. Some of you may have to work out some details here. Maybe some of you coming to the end of a lease. Maybe looking into new places to live, new places to call your own. But I feel like some of you want to get away, in a sense, from, again, a pestering energy, or others who may feel that, I feel for some of you it's a sense of like, once certain people find out where you live, there's always this ring at your doorbell or knock on your door, or so some of you, I feel like there's this sense where you want to get away from that, and with your choice, it really is about you thinking again of yourself, taking leadership in the sense of a new path that you intuitively feel you should be going on. And here in your present, I feel it is kind of an advantage that you have, where you can make some decisions, but you still may be trying to tie up loose ends or going over contracts, maybe even trying to break out of a lease. So I feel for some of you, you're fighting for your position, your sense of stability, but also a sense of peace. Going and finding a place where people you won't be easily accessible. And some of you may be realizing that your home base may need to change, or something about your home base. You may even need, if you're not moving, creating some type of boundary, or needing to create some type of boundaries, and working out the details of how you would do that. Some of you, I'm getting a sense of a restraining order. Now this could be against you, or you may be needing one, or feeling like you need one, or working on getting that, some of you. This could be against someone who has strong feelings, emotions towards you. Something someone did out of their emotions may have prompted you to try to create some type of barrier. And you may be working that out as far as how you would be able to do that, or how you can maybe change and get yourself on higher ground away from that situation. So I feel like some of you are working through any frustrations that you've dealt with or have been dealing with home and family, and trying to separate yourself from the drama, or separate yourself from others who may be constantly coming to you for needing peace from that. And if you're not maybe moving exactly, this is maybe even just some other type of getaway that you're considering, to find your peace of mind here. So some of you here with this, You have, for your resistance or challenge, stuck in the mud with the Empress. So your challenge is you don't want to be stuck. And there's more feminine mother energy coming in here, but on a higher level now. There could be this conflict that some of you have with someone in your life. If it's not your partner, it could be a mother figure that is very influential as far as where you are staying. For some of you, there just may be some time that needs to pass before you can make a major move or major decision. For some of you, there's this conflict as it comes to work. There could be something here that where your home is very beneficial for your job, what you do for work, but at the same time there's the sense of you needing to create some type of boundary. Some of you may feel a little bit overwhelmed. I'm getting overwhelmed with either home family issues or home family, what's surrounding your home family. I feel like it's difficult, even if you feel like you want to change, it's difficult for you to do so, because there's a sense of abundance when it comes to, like, if you were to just pick up and leave and start somewhere else, there's, I feel, a well that may run dry, or maybe a new start that you have to take in gaining security due to work, or something you do for business. But the challenger, you're resisting being stuck, but there just may be more to work out before you uproot yourself out of a situation, or feel that you are free to move from a situation. I feel some of you maybe be feeling a little bit burdened with responsibilities or what's being asked of you in some area of your family, of your home. And for some of you, I'm getting kind of in your environment. There's a sense of you even being needed in your environment. Some of you may be feeling like it's getting a little bit burdensome or becoming a little bit too much. And so some of you, the challenge or resistance is has to do with children and the mother of a child if you're male, or for some of you females, you have a child here. This is a sense of maybe that you don't want to uproot or cause instability for a child. So there's a sense of needing to have a higher mind and not really just thinking about yourself in a situation. So I feel like some of you are in a process of establishing a better sense of security, but also the sense of isolation, or just your own type of space where there's not so much coming at you. Yet some of what's coming at you is beneficial to your sense of stability. I get where you've established work, where you've established something about you being in a space is positive. But as far as, I feel like your patience is running thin, in a sense of feeling like a lot is being expected of you. So timing here with the situation is just a challenge for some of you. Here with what you have for your unexpected help, we have education with the Two of Wands. So I feel that some of you will learn of either a place, some of you may establish a second place. It might not be uprooting everything there just may be this outlet or a place that you have that you learn of where you can retreat to. I'm getting a retreat energy here, where some of you may be in between two places or two spaces, or just kind of have that place where you can have the peace to not, and I feel like some of you have been interrupted as you've been trying to either work out details, learn details, could be even study. For some of you, there's lack of peace for you to study at your home. So for some of you, this may be this sense of having a place where you can go and really digest information without interruption. And it may be establishing that, okay, maybe I can't totally leave where I am right now, uh, but there's this opportunity for me to kind of work between two spaces and gain a little bit more control over uh, where I'm going. I'm seeing it not so far from where you are, but again, it's maybe also something that, again, a place where you can retreat to, a place where you won't so much let people know about. Now, for some of you, I feel this is the opportunity for you to maybe go to school online. Maybe for some of you, there's this sense of not having the time to maybe travel, leave because of work. You may have to. There's something here again that some of you is like, there's a reason why you are where you are right now, and there's a reason why you are being sought after. And again, I feel like for some of you, it's like it's a double-edged sword as far as where you are right now, as far as your home, your family. But there's this chance I feel to get away and as well expanding your knowledge. For some of you, I feel it's about kind of finding a solution or taking on an opportunity to find a space where there is peace and more, you have more of control over where you're being pulled in either direction, as far as where you may be and feel like you need to leave or you need some space from. So this will be an unexpected help, I feel. For some of you, going to school as well and having that as an outlet, or I won't say excuse, but as something that, like, hey, I'm busy, I can't help you with this problem, I can't save everyone. That's what I'm kind of getting, is like you may be being like seen as like, or you may be feeling like you've been playing the role of a martyr in your family, and feeling overwhelmed with it. You may be feeling like something here with your family is delaying your progress or keeping you in a spot where you would like to expand from, or you often feel that you need space from. But there's a new focus coming in, and I feel for some of you an alternative. If it's not a move, it's like it's a place where that's a retreat for you. And for some of you, it could even just be going to a space where, even a library or whatever it is, if it's not school, that's it could be here. But I feel for some of you, it's like it's going to be either like a second location, or a way to find your peace would be to just kind of get out a while, even if it's like going to a hotel for a couple of days where no one can ring your doorbell, no one can find you, no one can disturb what you're trying to do. That's more of your own aims of in your goals towards advancement. Looking into what is your unexpected help, it's making a choice with the Knight of Cups. So I feel with this being in a place, again, here is the kind of going back and forth that I'm seeing here. Um, Making a decision that's best for you, what's going to make you happy. So some of you, there, you will be presented with an option. You're going to learn about an option. And it could, for some of you, even be an out of a contract, and coming out of a lease early could be hard, but or difficult. But I feel like there's some type of alternative here that if you will make the choice that you will um, follow your heart to of where you're going as far as, and you know, regardless of what anyone has to say, regardless of anyone telling you, well, we need you here, we need you here. Maybe they do. Maybe you have a responsibility that you need to fulfill in a space, but I'm feeling like the choice is yours, and there is this crossroad. But I feel that some of you will have an opportunity to um, maybe go on even a pleasure trip. Okay. Um, so for some of you, I feel too that this is advice if you are like coupled, married, and you need to consider your partner, even if you're needing some space alone here. I feel like there's something that you can present to your partner that um, can maybe benefit the both of you. It even could be just to kind of get away for a while, because you may not be the only one who is, you know, you as a unit, you could be. But I really like dealing with a lot of people coming to you, or if, and I'm feeling that you're starting to see it as an interference. Um, and for men, I feel like maybe the woman in your life is very comfortable where she is, or your mother energies, or whoever influence someone. There's someone very strong as far as the feminine is coming in strong here, as far as it being very dependent on what they want, as far as where you decide or what you decide that you're going to do here. So um, but there's somewhere I feel that you can kind of maybe coerce or convince someone, especially if you learn of an alternative that would be better for the both of you in a space to have a bit more peace. Um, there's a way that you can communicate it that can bring them, sway them a bit to being open to an alternative, as far as where you live, where you're living. Um, some of you, I feel you may, if, and with the second space or whatever space you find, is that is some kind of escape from this energy, what you want to get away from or find higher ground from. Um, you might enjoy it so much that eventually it turns into an actual move. Kind of seeing that maybe like down the line here, but it's like maybe something is a process that needs to happen first. Now some of you, not all of you, are in a relationship. This could be an offer for work that you learn of that has you less dependent on the roots that you've settled in for work. I'm kind of getting this again. I'm not getting it too far away, but there may be like me and me in another city or county or something here where there could be an offer that gives you an alternative from staying put in one area. There may be this choice or offer that's going to be coming in, and I feel like there's a sign of here at least to be open to it, to be open to the offer. But I feel like someone in your life, if your home base, your foundation involves others, that they need a lot. They need convincing. Someone needs convincing as far as a move goes, because someone's very comfortable where you are. If you're partnered, they're very comfortable. So this may be something that you kind of are doing on your own, you're looking into on your own. Your partner may not be very interested in it as you are, but you may be you're going to be the one that's maybe going to be open to learning about some opportunity of a new area or space that you can lay your foundations. So here we have for your outcome, we do have strength with the Eight of Swords. Now, with this energy, I do feel like for some of you, it's an indication that who you're trying to convince, they may just be very set on staying, resisting moving. There's something here with strength and feeling like they're in a stronger position staying there. Now, for some of you, it may take a lot of strength for you to make a move, but it's like you can't just get up. I get a feeling like for some of you, you feel in some ways obligated or stuck. So even if it's just about, when I feel I need to get away, I'm going to get away, but you know you have to kind of return. Even for the foundation of your family relationships or dynamics, there's a sense that maybe your place in your family or role is that of creating that creates stability for your family, or that there are people that really depend on you too. So in that sense, I feel that if some of you, it's just, you may feel like you have the world on your back in a sense here, but you are in this position because you're strong enough to handle it, because you come from a higher ground perspective, and so that may be in demand as it comes to your family. Yeah, some of you may feel like you have the world on your shoulders in a sense, but I do feel that with this Eight of Swords, it's you're only trapped in your mind if you let yourself be, but also this may be a situation that pulls at your, you don't want to leave you don't want, if you're the fourth pillar that keeps a house or home or family together, I feel in your heart here, following your heart in your choices, I feel that you don't have, or you would be considering that, if you remove it, you're going to leave something with three legs that's going to be unstable. I don't know if that's something that I feel like you, at the end of the day, that's not maybe something that you can find peace with, if you get what I'm saying there. So, I feel there's something here that, even if you have it, the goal in your mind that you want to get up and leave at some point in time, that there's initial plans that can be being made right now, but there's something here that's building your strength where you are, and building the strength and continuing to keep the foundation of a family unit or stability kind of together. They're needing to be. So for some of you, I feel as well too, you will find the strength to maybe shut people out as far as being accessible to them. Some of you, I feel, will be dedicating yourself to something new that is productive, but also kind of pulls you out of being just kind of there for who comes around you, and maybe wants to do an emotional drive-by or ask you for things, or just kind of pull you in, because you're in this state where you're working on how to maintain higher ground. And so I feel like for some of you, this is the sense of having the strength, as well as taking on a responsibility that pulls you out of being. So some of you may find the strength to just cut off communications, or just not be that person that, like, it's like, there's also a sense too, there's like some of you need to allow people to make their own choices, and make their own mistakes, so to speak, but gain something, some sense of independence outside of needing your input or needing your guidance or needing you to be a part of what they're doing. There's a sense here where I just feel like this with love, kind of telling someone or need, that, you have to handle that on your own, or I'm busy with this. I'm working on something else here, or I need to do, so some of you, there's also this increase of responsibility that I feel that some of you may be having in regards to parenting, becoming a parent, that you will be considering, and as well too, as you are regaining more responsibility, there's some sense of like, I can't be that person that you call anymore, because now I have this other whole world, new world of responsibility on my shoulders. If it's not going back to school or education, I'm going, I have to be dedicated to this child. I have to be dedicated to this new family that I have. So it's kind of, in a sense, kind of telling people to back off and having the strength to do that. For some of you, okay, here. So I'm going to look at the bottom of the deck and see how we tie this together. Okay, so we do have intention with the Knight of Pentacles. So again, I feel like right now it's a sense of exploring your options when it comes to living spaces, or even having the intention of what you want to communicate, what you need to communicate to family. Some of you, I feel like this is, some of you maybe learning real estate or something else here, something new, a new journey that you're going on that will bring you a better sense of stability, maybe get you the finances and resources, checking out places that whatever you do for your work, where you can still maintain some sense of security. Right now, I feel like this is the time of kind of seeing what your options are, what it is that you want, what you need a place to provide for you. I feel like for some of you, what you want to do as far as slowing down how people are able to approach you or have access to you. That could be some of what the intention is. And I feel like this is some new work opportunity coming along too. But ultimately, I feel like for some of you, like, it's a slow process. Mainly what this is saying is like, what you want to see is going to take some time. What you are involved in, your role or position in your family, is just not something that you can, as much as you may want to free yourself from or give someone else responsibility, there's some responsibility or still some loose ends that you need to work out as far as where you are. And I also feel like for some of you too, as it comes to maybe going to separate places, or being in between two spaces, your intention and being sure that you stick with the plan as far as what you are moving for, what you are traveling for, what you're going to that space for. I also feel for some of you, you're kind of working on making sure that intentions are right towards you as people come to you, and not just to take from you, but also to help you in a situation here. So I feel like this is a real weird, like kind of weird reading for Aries. I almost want to pull new cards for you, like, just because it seems complicated, but some of you may be in a complicated situation. And like I said, I feel like it's going to be a slow journey, but the realization, if you are feeling overwhelmed in a situation, there's too much coming at you, that clarity, you're looking for that or needing that peace of mind. Some of you standing your ground. Now I picked up for some of you as far as a restraining order. I don't know if that's, I mean, of course that's not everybody in a situation, but needing to create some type of boundary. But if you are stuck with a situation where this is a mother of a child or a parent of your child, they may be learning of a way to work the situation out here. Some of you may be needing to kind of work on the communication. You have the choice to do that. Somewhat being, opening your heart to the situation of a choice with, especially if there is like a child involved in the situation. Some of you just may have to be strong in a sense. Now, if someone's doing that towards you, again, this is non-communication somewhere. So somewhere there's like, there will be this sense of, someone too, I feel, where you feel like you need someone to take responsibility for their own life and their own choices. This is a sense where I feel like that someone is going to find their own kind of stand on their own 2 feet, or learn how to, or even just without your help, or you cutting off someone in that sense, that they will have no choice but to. And for some of you, that's kind of in that sense. Some of you may be, you could even be forced by, depending on your age, some of you are maybe being forced by a maternal energy to find your own independence, because maybe they're realizing and knowing that you can't depend on them too much longer, or you shouldn't, or you need to find your own sense of stability, or work on your own foundation here. So it's either, for some of you, getting to a point where you're saying, my hands are tied, I'm not going to help you anymore, help yourself. Or someone is telling you, or you're just in a situation where there's nothing left for you to do but, be strong in a situation and carry your own issues, problems, learning how to take care of them on your own here. So, and some of you are in a situation where you, like, it's like a maternal energy or partner energy doesn't want you to leave, doesn't want you, is really kind of, yeah. So I feel that this is going to take some planning, it's going to take some time, it's going to take something gradual as far as what your intention is, what you want here, your wish to get that. It's going to take some time. The Knight is a slow moving energy, but it's at least getting started and knowing your intention, knowing what you want or what you need for your home, family, sense of security, stability, even yourself, sense of security, your self care, what you do to take care of yourself. Yeah, some of you, I feel like you just may be forced in a situation where now you need to take care of yourself, if someone has been taking care of you. And so this may be a new journey for you, where you're learning things like how to take care of yourself in all aspects. But this is for your advancements, for your benefit. Some of you are just being kind of forced into getting into your own sense of independence. Some of you are needing it or wanting it. So it really kind of just depends. But I just feel like this is just a message that know what you want, but realize it's going to take a little bit to get there. And for some of you, there's going to be some back and forth. But there will be an alternative. Some of you as well, I do get the sense that this is maybe a form of help. Someone, if you're still needing to depend on someone for a living home situation, you will have a choice here where someone could be offering, offering to like room, or offering a place to stay, if that's where the kind of situation that you're in here. But you don't want to find yourself stuck in kind of another situation that's going to require your strength. So a little work to be done here as far as where you want to be settled, where you feel you find peace, and as far as your ideal and what home and family is, it's just going to be some process, and a number of people need to be considered in the situation before you just make any drastic moves. So that's the reading I have for you, Aries. Again, these are general, so check your moon, your rising. They may have more information for you. Some of you, I feel like this is maybe a situation that is just, it is complicated, and for clarity for you, it's just there's going to be a little bit more time to go for things to kind of clear. But set your intention at least, and be ready to bide your time a bit longer. So that's your reading. I do hope this was helpful. Deciding that I am going to continue to show the cards rather than come on camera, I feel that it's a lot more effective for me to be focused on the cards. I have joined Twitter as far as coming on, doing short insightful messages, and I take pictures of whatever cards I use for the zodiac, sun, moon, rising, Venus, they're applicable to, and it's no schedule there either. It's more spirit led and transit led for me to come on and do messages, and sometimes if I'm motivated to just put a message out there of encouragement, then I will. So if you're interested, that handle will be below, and if you would like a personal reading from me, that information as well is below. Take care. Okay, Aries, so this is for a group of you that will be, I would say, in this lunar eclipse in the 4th house, will be bringing issues from the past, and how the maternal figure set things in direction for the rest of your family, strongly influence your sense of stability and even what that means, family, and even what that means. So some of you, that's some of what in the past will be resurfacing for you with this lunar eclipse. And so what you will be, as far as your present point of advantage, is, I feel, trying to overcome maybe a pattern with your mother or a strong mother influence through looking into history, finding clarity, and looking into your maternal line family history to overcome maybe what you feel was a pattern or sense of direction for your family that some of you maybe feel that you want to change. Maybe it wasn't the healthiest, or maybe again it just wasn't, or there's just more as what a maternal figure set in motion for your sense of security, your sense of stability, and even your sense of self. So I'm feeling like for some of you, there will be a lot of information kind of coming to you. Some of it will be some things that may be difficult to digest, difficult to take in, and your challenge or resistance here would be not getting stuck in, I would say, or your resistance would be not getting stuck in the pattern or whatever a maternal figure set in motion for your life, continuing as maybe you may be coming to the age where you're maybe considering starting your own family, or again, you're just your own sense of security and what that means. There could have been a major influence with your maternal, whether they're living or deceased, that really has set the tone for what your sense of stability and security is with this 4th house. So I feel like for many of you, if this is coming to the surface, it's for you to be more informed about maybe why your mother figure was the way they were, or again, this family traditions or the sense of security or lack of thereof that they set for you. So in that sense here, with what can be your unexpected help is what you learn, what you're going to be learning about the situation. Knowing where you come from gives you this sense of power, of direction, of knowing where you're going, whether you want to break patterns. Okay, I feel like I'm speaking to this section here, a generally speaking, someone who would be breaking a generational pattern that is unhealthy within your family, or again your sense of security. Okay, so I feel that and this is more specific, and it came through so clearly after I finished kind of picking up energies for different Aries, but this is specifically for those of you who feel that there's something to overcome within your family history, specifically speaking on your maternal line, and how they set the tone for your sense of security, your sense of stability, whether there was a very controlling maternal figure or an absent one, how you can overcome that by learning more that you may have avoided in the past, or again, this is somewhere where you can overcome by gaining some clarity through looking into the family history, maybe asking questions or old documents, things, talking to older family members, even opening a discussion with your mother. Now, some of you with this challenge, there may be a sense that there is, if the mother figure is still living, that there may be very hard and set in their ways, in the form of even, I would say, opening up. So some of you may be a little bit of a challenge getting them to open up, or them being really kind of stuck in a way. If this is someone who is still living, there's something I feel with the pattern that you want to overcome with the maternal, and the lunar eclipse in Cancer will be bringing that to the forefront for you. So then what your advice is from the oracle, making a choice, Knight of Cups here, is your feelings about this. Some of you, I feel that you have a choice to be bitter, you also have a choice to be compassionate. What are you going to choose, going forward? How you feel about the situation, you have the choice in how you feel about the situation. Because I feel like this is something, again, it's a past influence, but it's resurfacing, and it's maybe affected your journey, and again, your sense of home and security a lot more than you've realized up until this point. Now, this is a point where it's like the eclipse is bringing that to the surface for you to kind of take the blinders off about anything that you've been uncertain about. Again, knowing where you are, knowing where you're going, that's going to be your unexpected help, something you learn, a piece of information here that kind of makes sense about however your mother was in their approach to creating that home security. So what then the outcome here is with strength. You'll definitely be in a stronger position. The Eight of Swords, I feel, is acceptance in this energy, that there's going to be something that you're going to be accepting the things that you can't change. Pretty much a sense of serenity, but also knowing where your power lies in even changing a dynamic. Now, depending on your age and how old you were, your maternal figure could have been reacting to the world around them at the time, not necessarily knowing the best thing to do, but they did the best that they could. In that sense, again, you can't do anything about the past, but there's a sense of strength that you can move going forward. You can't change the world, but there's a sense here that I feel there may be still some frustrations that you find with even the maternal, and how they have to be strong in a situation, or maintain strength regardless, and again, being in a situation where there's nothing that one could do about it. And I'm also picking up another message, but I'm trying to keep this focused on the very clear message that came through after ending the reading. But either way here, I feel then what this is tying together for the bottom, the intention with the Knight of Pentacles, is that if your intention is to change a pattern, that is something that you're going to have to commit to. It's going to be a journey that may be prompted at this time, but it's not something that you're just going to, how it affects you emotionally, again, is your choice. You can choose to be bitter, or you can choose to be compassionate. But either way, you can do what you can as far as being there. Now, there's some things that I feel you may even be inspired to definitely change. You might get really stuck in your head about an idea or ideal of how you can break a pattern, but it may seem like it's a lot. But that's why I feel like with your intention, it's going to be something that's a constant thing, and it's going to be a journey that is going to take commitment, and you're just at the beginning of kind of learning how, if you're going to change the dynamic of, or the influence, or heal the influence that a maternal figure has given you, that has affected you in a way, whether it was negatively or whether it was positive, but you know, also kind of learning what was good, what was not so good here. There may be some things that you find is more of a strength that you would like to or even is more acceptance. I feel acceptance is a major place that some of you may come to with this process of learning more about the maternal line, and maybe how that's affected your sense of home and security. Okay, so the message just came through kind of clearly after a lot of, because I know I'm reading for different Aries, and so the last reading, as I was going through it, I really picked up feminine, especially with Queen of Cups and Empress here, but what the challenge would be here. So I feel for some of you, it's overcoming some patterns, and getting to a point where you have a bit more understanding, and for some of you, a determination of and understanding what can be helped, what can be changed, and some things that are going to take a lot more dedication. And it's a journey that's maybe just beginning, but it's something that is going to be a commitment if you want to continue to move along on your journey in a different way, whether it's that sense of self, your self-esteem, if your mother, maternal figure really affected that, or whether there's a pattern that you want to break for your opportunity when you build your foundation with your own children. Okay, so that is that. I'm going to leave it at that as far as this message, but so guys got a little bit of extra layer there with this reading, and kind of tying it in for the messages for the lunar eclipse in Cancer. So I hope it was helpful for you. Take care.